Have you ever wondered why some people are afraid of dogs while others love them? Or why children develop certain habits from their parents or school? Today, we're going to learn about one of the most influential psychologists in history, John B. Watson, also known as the father of behaviorism. Who is John B. Watson? John B. Watson was born on January 9, 1878 in South Carolina, USA. He was an American psychologist who believed that psychology should study behavior that can be observed instead of thoughts or emotions. Watson believed that our environment plays a much bigger role in shaping who we become than we often realize. What is behaviorism? Watson introduced the theory of behaviorism. Behaviorism is the idea that people learn behaviors through their experiences and interactions with their environment. According to Watson, we're not simply born with all of our behaviors. Instead, many of them are learned from the people around us and the situations we experience. One of his most famous quotes is,
"To understand people, we must study their behavior. Give me a dozen healthy infants, and I can train them to be anything."
This quote reflects his strong belief that the environment has the power to shape human behavior. The Little Albert Experiment. To support his theory, Watson conducted the famous Little Albert experiment with his colleague Rosalie Rayner. Little Albert was a baby who was first introduced to a white rat. At the beginning, Albert wasn't afraid of it. Then, every time Albert saw the white rat, Watson made a loud, frightening noise by striking a steel bar. After repeating this several times, Albert began crying whenever he saw the white rat, even without the loud noise. His fear also spread to other white furry objects, such as rabbits and fur coats. This demonstrated classical conditioning, where a person learns to associate one stimulus with another until a new response develops. Criticisms and real-life examples. Although the experiment became one of the most famous studies in psychology, it is now considered unethical. Watson intentionally created fear in a young child, and Albert's fear was never removed before the experiment ended. Today, this would violate modern research ethics. Despite these criticisms, Watson's ideas greatly influenced psychology, education, parenting, and behavior therapy. For example, if a child touches a hot stove and gets burned, the child learns not to touch it again. Another example is when a student receives praise for studying. That positive experience motivates them to continue studying hard. John B. Watson taught us that our experiences and environment strongly influence our behavior. His work reminds us that many of our habits, fears, and actions are learned through experience. By understanding how behavior is shaped, we can become more aware of ourselves and make better choices for personal growth. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this psychology lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll see you in the next psychology lesson.